But now, the plan can be a surprise, you know? That's what everyone wants, right? I am now. I mean, I can stop because it just started.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you about my health, but it can wait.
Oh, okay. Just make a note of it so you remember, alright?
It's not important.
Oh, okay.
I just had the labs drawn at the back already. I
Oh,
think the results are kind of hilarious.
nice. Alright. Anyway.
Anyway, it's raining.
It's raining. Yes, it's lightly obscuring, and it seems like there's some darker clouds to the south. But for now, it is quiet. As the workday comes to an end, the farmers return from their fields, and people return within the walls of Anapharius. So too does your group. Disguising themselves as simple workers and travellers and the like, everyone enters in to the walls with relative ease. The militia don't seem to stop anybody, as everyone just simply wanders in. A few folk having tools that you don't remember seeing before. Stuff that must have been in the wagon, just kind of waiting around. The wagon itself does get briefly inspected, but the militia don't seem to be enforcing laws too strictly, or, well, keeping too much of an eye on whatever's going on. Perhaps the town doesn't know what's to come. This does cause a small amount of concern, but otherwise everyone pushes on. Pian, Ro, and about 8 of the others settle in to the plaza, taking note of various stores and wares, chatting to some of the people there. Ro has her distinct burn marks covered up, simply looking to be a bit old and frail, rather than someone who suffered a great deal of physical harm. And while they go about their business, so too do you and Wuxian. You mingle about amongst some of the people briefly. But can I get a disguise check from you? You receive a +10 to this.
An awful roll. Jeez.
Thank God you have charisma. None of the various shopkeepers seem to recognize you as you're just kind of chatting amongst the people here. And with a brief amount of shopping done, you, Wuxian, head on your way. Boulder has just been kind of passively been following behind. Thankfully, the sight of a tiger isn't too uncommon in these parts, so no one really pays too much attention to him, rather than trying to carefully keep him away from any meat products. Eventually, you begin your movements towards the mayor's place. His residence within the city. Oh. Wuxian turns to you and brings you over into a small alley, just in between the various houses here. So, of course you have been inside the mayor's manor before, but I must ask what you have seen within.
Well, he always has guards present, and he doesn't allow people to take weapons inside, including Balder. Sometimes he does have the woman Suresha by his side, pretty frequently the last few times that we've been there. I feel like Lynn would actually remember the interior of the place more than I do.
So what Lynn would remember about the place is that you only have ever been in the waiting room, and you go up a set of stairs and down a hallway to his office. Your weapons are often kept off to the side in another room. But that's all that you've ever seen. The manor is definitely larger than that.
I will relay this information to her. From the
Yes. Such is the way. Right. Well. Considering the size of it, there'll definitely be a servant's entrance somewhere. Do you happen to know if the mayor keeps any particular servants on hand?
no, do
The pie did not specifically investigate any of the people that work there.
I don't remember anything specific to that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's all good. Well, I'm sure we can skulk about a bit, find it, and then try and act natural. Alright. Well, this will be an experience. Would you rather we try and risk bringing Balder inside immediately, or would you prefer that he waits outside and then comes in at a moment's notice?
He is generally my strength. So I think that in case something, well, I guess we could leave him outside and have him come in at a moment's notice.
Very well. Oh, well, this will be interesting. I assume you still would prefer him to be temporarily changed, as discussed before. It's much more obvious when a tiger is simply sitting around outside.
Yes, we should probably do that. Well, what the hell are you doing? You're trying to get along to a human
Oh, makes sense.
as well, apparently.
Just cat things, you know? Alrighty. So,
Can Balder, cancel the effect at will? Or is he stuck in that form for 5 hours?
he is stuck in that form for 5 hours.
And bringing a tiger in would look pretty sus, too.
Yes.
How's he gonna fight if he's humanoid, though?
he keeps his bite attack.
Well, that's something.
He can also punch people.
Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty.
It's gonna be interesting.
Roshan pulls out a scroll covered in what looks to be leaves and begins to read it aloud. As she does so, she directs whatever's going on at Boulder. And as the words complete, some kind of change comes over him. He begins to grow taller, standing up on his own back legs, his claws becoming nothing more than sharper nails with humanoid hands. He seems to still be covered entirely in fur, his face still feline in nature. But at the end of it all, he looks more like a felinid than he does any kind of tiger. A very strong and buff felinid, but definitely, well, something. He has been anthropomorphized. So feel free to use the best furry art you have on hand for this.
Oh, I think I'll pass on that.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright, we'll throw this there. Represents this. So, now you have an important question. How will you want to approach this? Well, Shan suggests simply finding the back entrance and going in that way, but storming the place is always an option.
I definitely prefer the stealthy route.
Alrighty.
Before we go, though, I'm gonna look to Balder. Wuxian mentioned that the spell might make it so that you can speak. Are you able to talk to me?
He like tilts his head at you, and then you see he's like opening his mouth, and like it seems like he's more playing with his tongue right now than anything else. Hungry.
What language is that in?
Bestelin.
I speak that, cool.
Yep. He looks at you
We'll meet
expectantly.
You and Noelle both soon.
He nods. Rashad goes ahead and starts donning him in some spare gear. A bit of chain shirt, armor, helmet, enough to make him look like he blends in with a lot of the guards around this area. Bol just kind of passively accepts what's going on, but looks very confused about the whole ordeal. And he just kind of passively waits there. So, once that's done, Wuxian says that he should remain outside for the time being, and that they will begin to move in. What would you prefer as a call sign?
I mean, he'll feel me if I'm in trouble.
Very well. So then. Let us begin our search. Alright. Now, at this point, you guys make your way over to the manor. Can you please give me a stealth check? Alrighty, that's a good stealth check.
He's yourself back.
You two managed to skulk about the entrance of the manor very easily. The pair of guards don't seem to notice either of you as you move in through the sides. And you quickly find your way around the manor itself, coming across a back door entrance. A small garden is out here that looks well maintained. Now, is there anything you would like to do just on the outskirts of the manor?
I don't think so. I'm just going to follow Wuxian's lead because I do not want to screw up her plan.
Alrighty. She looks to you briefly and then continues on. She stands up prim and proper, dusts herself off, and opens the back door with confidence. Alright. And with that, I will throw you to the appropriate map.
What does she look like right now?
She looks to be a simple kitsune with a plain green dress. It looks a bit short, but that's about that. You are there. She looks a bit younger than what she normally would. Alrighty. This back room is what looks to be some area where washing is done. A few lines of clothes are hung up, and a basket full of water that looks dirty at this point rests on the side. A lantern is to the south, and you can see a pair of doors, one to your east and one to your west. And on your on the right hand side from your character sheet, from your character, you can see just a little bit through the ajar door.
Can I see anybody through it?
No, just a single bit of the floor. If you'd like, you can give me a perception check.
Ouch.
You hear a distant plane. Anyway.
Did hear that, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Random planes coming over my house.
I live close to the airport, so.
Yeah, we don't live close to an airport. It's just random. I don't know, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyway. You hear the faint sounds of chopping. Something colliding with a table.
Does it sound like chopping vegetables, or does it sound like an axe going through wood?
Sounds like an axe going through something thicker than vegetables. Maybe meat.
I'm gonna creep a little closer to see if I can actually see what's going on in there.
Yeah, you can. You move a bit forward, and through the small opening in the door, you can see someone chopping meat on a cutting board, swinging down violently and hacking away at it.
I will take a step back and relay that information to Sean.
Well, I suppose we could try and deliver him dinner in his office. That could work.
Okay.
You do know where the office was, correct?
Vaguely. I don't know exactly how to get to it from this direction. I haven't been in this door before.
What you know about the area is that down to the south was the entrance you would normally come through, and the stairs are west of that. Right, well, I don't suppose you're anything of a chef, are you?
Oh goodness, no.
Well,
Walter doesn't need me to cook anything for him.
I suppose that works. Now, the butcher inside. How do you want to deal with this?
Well, we definitely don't want to kill anybody if we can avoid it.
Not someone like him. No.
Before we go that way and commit to that, what about the other door?
She'll walk over to it.
I don't actually see it on this side. I don't know if my darkness is overlapping with it.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see there. But that's why I described the room a bit, you know?
Otherwise,
Yeah, I understand. Wuxian walks over to the door, puts her ear against it, shakes her head. Then she begins to gently open it and peer inside. Just storage, it seems. There's another door to the south in there. Two, in fact.
to kind of get a good idea where we are and what we're looking at and where other people are inside the manor. So I wouldn't mind taking a look through those doors as well. To see what they lead to and how many people might be in there.
Alright, well, move quietly. So there is a door just here, and another one here.
Can I hear anything on the other side of it?
With that, you listen through the door, and you think you can hear faint breathing.
What time is it?
At this point, it's about 5:36, just around when sun is beginning to set.
saying it's like 5:36.
Ah,
Your precise time. Like,
yes. You know, you check the sundial religiously.
Walk over to Wuxian.
She shakes her head.
That doesn't tell me anything.
Seeing that you're confused, she just kind of motions that she can open the door, and then she points at you.
I will make big breathing motions and then point at the other door. Like you're trying to I can hear breathing. Does it come across? Who knows?
She nods. She indicates back over to this little entrance over here. Just kind of casually makes her way over. You think you hear something upstairs above you. Floorboards creak as movement goes ahead, but nothing else. Well, that's two people we can see for the time being. What do you want to do?
I think we should just get ready to serve him dinner.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, then how do you want to deal with the one in there?
What did the breathing sound like? Like, was it sleepy? Like, long, slow breaths, like somebody sleeping, or?
It just sounded like casual breaths. You couldn't really pick up too much out of it. Didn't sound like anyone was sleeping, though. That would be either quieter or probably louder.
I mean, we could use some of the furniture in the room to block the door, but that might be kind of loud to do.
And entirely suspicious.
Yeah, just a little bit. So, I think that if we just go in here acting like we're servants, I mean, we don't have any qualms with the other servants, so we'll just talk to them and tell them that we're here to bring the mayor his dinner, and if they don't like it, then we might have to do something about it, but
Alright.
I'd rather not hurt innocent people.
We can leave them unconscious if necessary. We don't need to go so far as to maim them, but you should be prepared for that.
How do I deal non-lethal damage?
By declaring you choose to deal non-lethal damage.
Okay.
The way we run non-lethal damage with Elephant in the Room is anyone can do it. There isn't a negative fall penalty, but you cannot crit while you're doing so.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a crit anyway.
I think you've confirmed a crit like once.
Have I?
Pretty sure you have.
Anyway, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, it smells like he's close to done. So maybe we should move in.
Would you like to go first?
Very well. Wuxian opens up the door and just kind of walks in casually. It doesn't work like that. Alright. You can hold down Alt and move to the side, but it doesn't really show. It's such a slow pace. Alright. She wanders up and looks over to the butcher. Is the Lord's meal ready yet? He looks over. We're almost there. I've been working on it for a while, but what are you doing here? The old maid's already setting up in the other room. We are planning to take it up to him in his office. We can go tell her to hold on if you'd like. He seems to be busy for the time being. I guess. That's alright then. Oh well. Give me a minute and I'll hand it over. You mind telling me, old lady, to go ahead and pack up her stuff? Well, there's no one. If she's not going to eat down here, then Madros. Of course, I will help set up some plates for the time being. Dear, would you mind heading in there? Alright.
I'm assuming this is a door right here.
There is 2 doors, one right here and one right here. Which door do you go to?
I did not see you click.
Oh, one right here and one right here. Did you see it that time?
Here and here?
Yes. Which door do you go to? One looks smaller than the other.
Probably go to the larger one, because it's probably hopefully to the dining area.
It could be. So do you open the larger of the 2 doors?
I will open the larger of the 2 doors.
Alrighty.
That looks like it was a success.
The woman inside turns to you. Oh, I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Are you here to assist?
Yeah, I am new here, and I'm just kind of learning my way around still. The person who's showing me things is just back there speaking with the chef. Apparently, the mayor, he wanted to eat in his office this evening, so I was sent to help clear down.
Oh, of course. I will go ahead and get to other duties then. Do not worry yourself about being new. The mayor's been getting new hires in recently. Bit afraid of some of the potential, I believe he said, dissidents. Tragic thing. Man's done good by us for a long time. I'm just thankful we've kept our work. I'm sure he'll treat you well.
I really hope so. I've heard good things.
Yeah. Will you be staying with us this evening?
I think that's the plan.
Very well. The quarters for us are just along the right-hand wall and into going down through that little hallway. It's not much, but it's something.
What's your name?
My name is Samantha. And the grout over there is Harold.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I look forward to working with you.
I'm sure you'll do fine here.
Thank you. You're so kind.
Anyway, she just kind of looks over the plates that she set out in a bit of a huff and just starts collecting them all up once more.
And I'll go and like help her pick them up.
Yep.
And then where was the quarters that she?
It seemed like she was indicating to the other door that you could have gone through.
That one. Okay.
Anyway, you help her pick up the plates and collect the things, and by the time you're done, Wuxian has plates in hand, ready to take off to the mayor. She nods at you and indicates towards some of the water over on the side. Would you mind carrying that up? I'm not too confident in balancing all this at once.
Of course.
Alrighty. You grab a cup and the chef calls out a bit of wine up in the central area up top. You should be able to find it easy enough. Guess bedrooms if they're out in anywhere else.
My brain didn't process that last sentence.
He said guest bedrooms if they're not out anywhere else. Doesn't sound like a full sentence, no. Don't worry. Alrighty. So Wuxian begins to take the lead, thanking the man and heading on her way. Alrighty, let's hope that this is the right one. Look out, the walls have health bars.
Honestly.
Alrighty. She approaches the door, reaches for the handle, and jimmies it a bit. It doesn't. It seems locked. Oi! Who's out there? Just bringing the mayor his dinner. Ah, that right, is it? Well, let me just get that for you then. He, Dracon Man opens the door and looks down at the two of you. You, sure you're going the right way there? Wuxian looks up at him. I believe so, yes. His office is just upstairs, is it not? Yeah, that's right. You two new or something?
My first day, Lynn will say with a really awkward smile.
Right. Well, best of luck to you then. try not to be too shocked.
Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
Don't you worry about that, little lady.
Okay.
If you stick around, we'll be sure to learn about each other. He just kind of smiles down at you. It's a bit creepy, honestly.
Keep moving. I've just never called her little baby before.
Little lady.
Oh, okay, that makes it.
The-
I'm glad. Little lady, not little baby.
Yeah, that'd be a lot weirder. I mean, this is already weird, but weirder.
Oh. What is that? Oh, it's just a torch. Okay.
It's just a lantern.
Lantern thing. Words.
Eventually it'll copy paste over. Or not. God damn it. There we go. Alrighty. Wuxian casually head up the stairs. You can see a Drekon off to the side, and you remember this part of the area. Walking up here, the mayor's office is just ahead behind that pair of guards.
To keep along with the idea that I've never been there before, I'm gonna kind of like look over the posters and statues and whatever else with like awe in my eyes, just kind of, whoa, this place is huge and cool.
There's various art pieces and a pair of statues clad in armor. And you can indeed see there's a door there, 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 and there. Seems like some kind of main hall area. And while there didn't seem to be any windows on the bottom floor, there's certainly some up here, letting light bleed in. The two of you approach the Drakons standing guard over there. Brought the mayor his dinner, have we? Yes, that is correct. Is he in currently? Yeah. Welcome to go in if you'd like. That would be helpful. I'll go ahead and check that, make sure he's in his study. On the right. Opens the door and heads in. You hear some movement, some brief talking, and the opening and closing of another door. The blue Drakon that remains looks over to you. Should be good now. Alrighty. Wuxian begins to walk forward, looking a bit wary. She watches the Drakon closely as she walks in. May we have your food? There's no one in here right now, but you suppose that he could be in the study next door or something similar to that. Something doesn't feel right. You think you hear movement from the other room briefly. But still nothing. Then, in a moment's notice, the door behind you slams shut. And it sounds like it's being braced against as something collides into it. Shimmering before you appears not the mayor, but in his place, Suresha sitting in his chair.
Of course.
Wuxian looks to you.
I'll give her a slight nod.
We're here for the mayor's meal? Oh, of course you are. No. Don't worry. Everyone here's already caught on to that little act. Mostly because no one's supposed to be coming up to this room for the time being. So, what are you two doing here? Wuxian looks a little bit shocked, but stares back at her. We're simply here to deliver the mayor's meal. It's just a task we were provided. Nothing more, nothing less.
I mean, it's not exactly our fault that the guards let us come up here. I think that that's a problem with the guards if we're not supposed to be up here and they let us come in anyway.
Sasha looks over at you, Lynn, and smiles. There's no need to play any games, darling. I can see through what's going on here. That little bit of magic doesn't hold a candle to my perception. I can't tell exactly who's under there, but I recognize the voice. I don't know who you're with, though, but if anything that I heard the other day is of an indicator, then you must be Wuxian. Wuxian looks over at you a bit in shock, looks back to Suresha. Well, she did say you'd be a threat.
What was that last thing you said?
She looked over at you. You did say she'd be a bit of a threat. So then, we're inside this room, guarded each door. What do you want from us? That is a very good question. You see, you've come here for the obvious. But it's only just you. Are your friends waiting outside? They dead? Were you dragged or coerced into this? So many wonderful things to think about. In truth, I don't really care for the mayor. But I am curious about all of this. Sorry. So many fun little games to be played here. So many wonderful things have happened in this small town. But ultimately, I'm here because I'm being paid. Now, I have a mercenary company, and I sent them away to deal with those false forces that we were so inclined to believe. Some of them have headed off back to this new location of yours, which is an interesting thing. Only a few will split away. But don't think any of your little friends are going to come and save you at the end of this. She looks to Wuxian when she says that. Now, I have you here. What would you like to talk about? We have plenty of things to discuss if you'd like, so feel free to take a seat. Wuxian looks over at you, Lim, about whatever is really going on here.
I'll just kind of look at Suresha and keeping in mind what Athos has said about her. So, you care little for the mayor, and you just care about money. So, I feel like you're already a pretty influential person here, from what I've heard, and from what I've seen, and from what I have experienced. And I believe that a person with such influence might benefit if the politics here shifted a little bit. You're having money given to you now, but I feel like you might find more riches if your power is utilized in other ways.
Oh, do go on.
I mean, like I said, if things shift politically, then at some point, the city will need to level out somehow. Other towns have struggled with that. Other towns have benefited from that and not really having a specific ruler. But there would be many opportunities here if things changed a little bit. And I feel like you would be a prime candidate to seize some of those opportunities and mold things in a different way that might be more beneficial for all parties involved.
Perhaps you are correct. But you are wrong about one thing. I don't care just about the coin. I also have a bit of a reputation to upkeep, you see. The Crimson Tessin, well, I hired the best fighters around. I didn't care where they came from. And so, some of them are of ill repute. They don't have any issues doing whatever they're asked. At least for the most part. But I do care about my company's reputation as a whole. So, if this were to all go the way you ask, then what guarantee do I have that you could tell me the right side of the story? Tell everyone what they need to hear. You see, being a defector puts a bit of a tarnish on the reputation of my group. So, what could you do to alleviate such a thing?
I'm making my notes too.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, sorry, go ahead.
We came and what were you gonna say?
No, I was going to prompt you, that's all.
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm just breaking.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
We have done many things, partially in the name of the mayor, but also to get closer to the other side and learn the other side. And we perhaps, I mean, I know of your reputation with some people who are relatively close to me. And we could always say that we operated as agents of yours, in a sense. And that while you stood strong here and took care of the city, you also explored other options. You helped people under your name, helped clean up the river and take care of some of the bandits, and explore the other side to figure out what would really be most beneficial for the city. And once your agents reported back to you, and you had a full story and all of the information that you needed, then you were able to see that maybe a change of pace would be for the best.
Oh my. So you'd gladly give me the credit for all the good deeds you've done for this province. Well, of course your name would still be involved.
What?
Of course your name would still be involved. Agents of mine and all.
Yes, but we would be operating under your guidance, and we've already gotten a decent bit of credit for it. A little more certainly wouldn't hurt, and I am sure that my allies would appreciate that, but we could give you some credit if it's for the good of Anatharius.
Well, I think that might be something we can agree on. But, on that note, you may want to be moving. None of my forces are here. But, well, the Drekon listening through the wall just there probably didn't appreciate any word of defection. So, I will stand with you on this endeavor. Of course, you can go ahead and deal with everything else. The mayor's downstairs hiding in his secret little lab. He'll be in the basement. You should be able to find it easily enough. But I think this will work out quite nice. Oh, and do tell Athos that, well, I enjoyed our time together, and it wasn't purely me using him for information. If he'd like to join my mercenary company, I'd gladly invite him. Feel free to pass that message on.
You know him as Athos or Orion?
Actually, did she ever get his actual name?
I don't think so. Should I just assume Orion unless I can find notes otherwise?
Yeah, just assume Orion. Yeah. You know what I mean.
And then when you said that the Drekon outside didn't, whatever your phrasing was, are you saying that he couldn't overhear us, or that he could hear us and he didn't appreciate what I was saying?
Oh, it'd all be muffled, so it's impossible to tell what I've said, but what you've said might have caught his ear.
Understood. I'll look over to Wuxian.
Well, it seems like this has been resolved calmly. I'm glad we did not have to come to blows. My people will ensure that you get all the credit you deserve for what has come. And no one speaks of anything that you may or may not have already done. I bid you farewell for this time, Sir Escher. Likewise, I anticipate some future dealings. I'll gladly enjoy every bit of time we get to spend together. Wuxian eyes her warily, but just kind of nods and moves away. We can talk once we get out of here. Sir Escher pulls out a fan and starts going over her face. Do open that door for me for a moment, would you? Wuxian opens the door, and faster than you can see, Sir Escher runs down to the Drekon and strikes him square in the head with her fan. And a single blow, he is left unconscious. There we go.
Pretty impressed.
Now, that one's on me. But you guys will have to deal with the rest of them that are probably sounding alarms and whatnot, preparing for whatever's going to occur. Good luck now. Then she'll go back and lean back in the mayor's chair and just kind of relax. Right. Well, it sounds like we are going loud then. And indeed, you can hear something downstairs. Chattering, talking, a brief bit of shock and shouting. The sound of metal, weapons being drawn, armor being donned. You only have a brief time now.
Then I'll look over at Wuxian. Do you have any way of making yourself invisible?
I do indeed.
I have a potion. If I drink that quickly and then we get out of here and go try to find Mayor and grab him, no? Then we can maybe get past all of these people. They'll come upstairs, be a little confused.
Alright. Well, give it your best shot. I will do and I will as well.
And you said I get 3 minutes with this?
You get 3 minutes.
Alright, let's move fast.
Alrighty. Wuxian also gets a bottle and drinks it. Potion of invisibility, man. Hell of a drug. Alrighty. You and Wuxian become invisible temporarily. You hear the sounds of men getting ready for battle. And as you approach the stairs, you can see at the base several of them looking around, waiting for what is to come. How will you attempt to get past them?
Are they just waiting at the bottom?
They are waiting at the bottom.
I mean, I'm pretty small. Can I just kind of slip around them?
You can try. If you'd like to, you can give me an acrobatics check.
Please be good, please be good, please be good. Cool.
Alrighty. You manage to move down the stairs, creeping about, and you hear, and only faintly do the floorboards creak beneath you. You step forward as the lined up soldiers prepare to stop you. Thankfully, They do not notice you or stand in your way. But one blocks the exit just there. Another one, the door to the east. All you do.
Did I actually get past them? Like, am
Ah,
I
yes, you
sitting
can.
on the floor?
You're on the floor there.
Okay.
Seem to be keeping an ear out, but none of them seem to have spotted you. Because they cannot roll higher than your stealth of plus... what is it right now?
I have a
Plus
13 on
33. Yeah. I knew you had, like, at least a 10.
Can I silently summon to my little summon spell? Summon Nature's Ally or whatever it is?
You cannot silently do it unless you have silent spell the feed.
I do not. Can I whisper it?
No, you must specifically announce it loudly. That is how spellcasting works.
Okay. Fuck it, I'm just gonna try to, like, jump around him again. Is the door closed or open?
The door is closed,
Oh, okay.
but you know if you open the door, you will immediately be noticed.
Yeah.
But they still won't be able to see you. Wuxian is able to get over the banister easily. She hands something over to you, and you recognize what it is based on how it's held out. While you're both invisible, you can still sense what she has in mind. Wuxian passed you the gun.
Want me to shoot this guy? No, she couldn't want that. She doesn't want people to die. So I'll, like, shoot over in the corner. To get their attention
Alrighty.
over there. And it'll also be super loud, so it'll hurt their ears. It'll hurt my ears, too.
Alrighty. So, you take the shot. You fire off over into the corner, and with a resounding bang, the gun goes off. Your invisibility drops in that moment. Wuxian's does not, but yours does. And the Drakon around you grab at their ears and stare on, shocked about whatever the hell just happened. You've been spotted. Unsurprisingly. And thus, can I get a roll for initiative?
She probably just wanted me to, like, toss it in the corner, didn't she?
You don't know, man. Alrighty. They have.
I am not on there.
Oh, you are not. Well, it doubles up if you sometimes. If you roll initiative after clicking on yourself, it should add you in by default.
Okay, this music's way too loud. Down to 30% you do.
Alright. Oh, that's right. That's what their initiative is. Wow, that, oh boy. Got some deafened bullshit going on here or something, I don't know, man. Anyway, that. Alright. All of the initiatives have now been put in. And yes,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's really sad when that kind of thing happens. Alrighty. It is Wishard's turn first. And still being invisible, she will go ahead and she will do something that you cannot see.
Okay.
Alright. It's this one's turn. The family from behind you looks up and with a sap in hand, they go ahead and strike you over the back of the head. Nope. Did the music already die? Oh, never mind. Alrighty, that's a 23 with flanking. Alright, you ready for this amazing non-lethal damage? 2.
Yep. You say 2. Beautiful.
2. Saps don't hurt people very much. Shocking. Alright, Dragon in front of you. Well, go ahead. And he pulls out a longsword. And that's a 21 to hit you.
That hits.
Alrighty. You take 9 points of slashing damage. Alrighty. Then it's your turn.
Is it possible for me to move through him and open the door and just, like, run that way and provoke like 3 AOs?
It is possible.
Is it stupid?
It is stupid, but you could do it. What's your acrobatics like?
+6, I think.
Alright. So if you wish to move through enemy squares, it is a CMB check. Sorry, yeah, it's an acrobatics versus their CMD. +10. So it's going to be like around the region of 30.
Okay, that's not happening.
You could just try and bull rush him out of the way and then move through. But
With that.
that is a CMB check versus a CMD and will provoke.
Okay, I will just. This is dumb. Can I step here?
Yes, that is underneath the stairs.
Okay. I will 5 foot there and then stab at that guy. Do I want to do non-lethal?
Up to you. Alrighty.
I think that that's just supposed to be additional damage, not an additional roll.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's supposed to just be additional damage.
Okay.
We can fix it up later. But, alright, so it's 8 total damage. Alrighty, this boy.
Oh,
Oh.
I also want to do the swift action to give myself extra dex.
Alrighty. Cool. Is that your turn done then?
Yes.
Alright. This man here takes a step over and takes a swing at you. Does a 17 hit? Alrighty. The one down here moves into position behind you. Kind of crowding around the stairs and leaning down a bit, but still in your way. The one just here.
Does like Baldur sense I'm in danger?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. My boy should come running.
He is a running. Don't worry.
Okay.
Also, does Baldur actually have 50 HP?
Yes, he does.
Oh god.
Yeah. I make up for it by only having like 12.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Alright. There's Dracon's turn, and he blocks the way but cannot attack this turn.
Okay, that hurts. You're very cute. Please stop digging.
You think you hear something quiet. Can you give me a perception check? You think you hear the words, "I'm terribly sorry," as Wuxian appears for invisibility. She has a rapier in hand, and she strikes at the Drakon in front of the door and the one just below.
Could I tell if that I'm terribly sorry was directed at me or the Drakon?
You're pretty sure it's at the Drakon.
Okay. That's a lot less ominous than I thought.
Yeah, she betrays you right here.
Well, I didn't think she was gonna betray me. Just like, I guess I would still be betraying me if she just bailed. But yeah, okay.
No. Instead, she stabs the rapier through the exposed part of the armor of the Drakon in front of her, and then follows through against the other one. And you can tell the strike was made with lethal intent and deadly precision. With a single unseen blow, she strikes them from behind. And the lives of these Drakon are taken away as they collapse to the ground. She flicks the rapier of its blood and stares on with dead eyes. The Feelnit looks between the two of you, drops the sap, and starts tearing into you with their claws. Alrighty. I take it a nat 1 doesn't hit you.
I hope not.
Alright, cool. How about an 18?
Nope.
Alrighty. The Feelnit did their best. This man is dead. It is your turn.
I can stand on top of corpses, right?
Yeah, you can stand on top of corpses. You can just open up the door and leave now.
Would moving that much provoke from this guy, though?
Open the
Can
door
they
won't,
pursue
but
me?
yeah, they probably would.
Yeah, I'm just going to stab at that dude. Doesn't count as
Alright.
bestial, does he?
He is not. In fact, he is reptilian.
That would have been some spicy damage.
Would have been some good damage. You land a glancing blow, striking at his outreached arm. which will continue to reach and throw itself your way. Alrighty. Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Alrighty. A 20.
No.
Ooh, very nice.
Not anymore.
A dex increases. This man is dead. It is Wuxian's turn, and she moves in, opens the door, and then is going to go ahead and take a stand just there. She tries to indicate for you to move back. And she stabs at the one that you are fighting. This attack is nowhere near as lethal as the previous, but still deadly in its own right. She goes through the kinks in his armor, this thin blade striking through and leaking blood.
John, you're a little OP.
I mean, sure, I did 8 damage, man. What do you want from me? Alright. The feeling it. We'll just go ahead and attempt to beat up the person in front of her. Ooh, actually, does she confirm the crit? She does not confirm the crit. Alright, Wuxian takes damage. Alright, I tell you what, I'll let you see this total amount of damage she takes. There you go.
I didn't see it.
That's fine. It is your turn. Also, the music has now died, because repeat is broken.
So how about, like, do I need to step back there? Is that what she was asking me to do? Go through the door? I don't like that.
You could
Or
attack
is it
and
just-
then step through the door.
Okay, I will do this. That's a smart thing.
Oh, that's a hit. That would see. That's some spicy damage. It's a shame it doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'll fight that step through the door.
Alrighty. Got some good rolls in your attacks tonight.
What?
You got some good attack rolls tonight, at least. Alrighty. It is this boy's turn. And he will attempt.
Roll. Oh, really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Just imagine if it would have happened.
I guess not 20 is one of them's an 18, but still. Ugh. Anyway, there's my Bane on there properly. It's okay. Anyway, as you were.
Aren't you proud?
So proud. Oh, my dad just texted me and said, while tucking her in, Lilo just said, Ashley is my best friend. That's why I have fake Ashley when I miss her.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no.
My little sibling. Anyway. Negative 2. Heart is just on a roller coaster right now.
Oh, that's good. That's what I want to hear, you know? Alrighty. So, it is that boy's turn. He moved in. And he takes a swing at you and gets a 23 this time.
Against me?
Yeah.
That hits.
Alrighty. You take 8 points of damage. Alright. And this one here goes ahead and swings at Wuxian. And misses. Alrighty. It is Rushan's turn. And she will go ahead and do some kind of weird dance. She moves about gracefully and strikes at each of the foes surrounding her in blistering speed. She stabs the one in front of you. And she stabs this one. She stabs this one. And that is a potential crit. And that is a crit. Alright. The one in front of you dies. Her rapier pierces through the neck of the Drakon in front of you. It deals that to that guy, and that to that one. And the Theonid behind her also drops to the ground. The Drakon in front of her, mildly wounded, but looking worse for wear. Oh wait, no. Hit the wrong thing. He's not also dead. You are gone. It is now your turn.
5 heals.
Alrighty, you touch yourself up.
Hit myself and I feel better.
As most people do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be it.
Alright, you hear loud sounds from outside. And...
Oh god, what is his token?
the door gets kicked in. Would you like to see his token much larger?
Yes, please.
Alright.
But also, oh god, no.
Here you go. This is what you wanted to see, isn't it?
He's half blocked by darkness. Let me. Oh my goodness gracious. What a spicy boy.
He's a buff boy. Fun fact, that spell can be permanency.
No.
Oh, goodness.
So, does he have a turn now then?
Ah, yes.
Okay, he will move here under the stairs and he'll do a big chomp because fuck you. Where even is he? Big chomp because fuck you. Well, little chomp.
Little chomp.
Kind of fuck. He's not used to these teeth.
Exactly.
His fangs are slightly smaller. His health bar is also red for me. I'm gonna fix that.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's a 0 out of
He's dead! You killed him!
It's not the green one anymore, it's red. I don't like that.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to have red HP, that means he's evil.
Oh,
Evil
okay.
in this form, but
Alright, hold on.
you're okay. You're okay. Glad Baldur is here, maybe he can actually do something useful.
You're welcome. Alright. He did do something. Alright. It is this man's turn. He's now facing down a Drakon. Sorry, he's facing down a tiger man. But someone with a rapier that's killed 5 people so far. And you're off healing in the corner. Alright.
I did the talking part of it, which
You
was
did-
just the...
She did the violence part of it.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and takes a swing at Wushan. And gets a hit. Alright. She takes the blow in stride, seemingly unfazed. Then returns the strike in kind. And with a swift pair of thrusts, the Dracon's life is ended. However, you hear that Balder has pursuers. You did kind of leave him outside the gates, and you assume he's just kind of run in. So, others will be following soon. We should move quickly.
Okay.
Some quick heals. Let's go.
They were blocking this way. Alright. You make a quick dash through the house. Emerging into the storage room once more. Now, you don't know exactly where you'll need to go. But you heard breathing to the south, and whoever's there, maybe they did come out. You're not entirely sure.
We're gonna fucking shove the door open. They know we're here.
Alrighty.
We're storming the keep now.
You kick open the door, and inside is a Drakon who knows what has happened. He's heard the sounds of battle, and as soon as you open the door, he unleashes a chilling frost over you. Can you give me a reflex save? Alrighty. They get that much. Yep, it's a card. Cool. So Roshan also needs to save. Alrighty. So you take half of this whopping amount of damage. Oh, actually, it's pretty good. You take 3 points of cold damage.
I take 0 points of cold damage for that. Cold resistance +5.
Yeah, came in handy.
Yeah!
As soon as that's done, he draws out his weapon. Alrighty. And I'll get a quick roll for initiative. Ooh, very nice. Alright, it is your first turn.
Alright, I will 5 foot and stab.
Get him.
God damn it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is a hit. Alright. You slice at his face and leave a cut across his cheek. Alright, anything else for your turn?
Boulder will move up here. And do the big jump. That's a little
Alrighty.
jump again.
That's a little jump. He doing his best.
And that's it for him.
Alrighty, Wuxian moves in. And stabs at the man. And hits.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What level is it on?
Would you like the real answer or the misleading answer?
Real answer, but you can send it over text if you wanna.
Ooh, that is tempting. I tell you what. I will give you the information you so desire. I hope that there's plenty explained to you.
Assuming I know what I think I know, then yes.
She does have prestige class. Also, yes, I can imagine. That's what I'm prepared for at the first opportunity. Alright. The Dracon will take a step back and repeat his actions. This time, he will... Yeah, he'll just go for it again because we rolled minimum on that. Nice. I should have checked that first, but it's fine. Can you give me another reflex save? This time one from Boulder as well. Oof.
Yikes.
That's still a pass.
A 12?
Yeah.
You got a nat 1?
Oh, no, the 12 fails. The 15 passes.
Okay.
You take 3 points of damage. So you still take nothing. You would have taken 1 point of cold damage. And Rishon seems fine. Evasion's a hell of a drug, man. Alright. Back to you. Ooh, that is a miss.
Oh.
You've rolled nothing but above 20s so far, so this is the first time you've missed.
Alright, then Baldur will go in.
He will do the chompy chomp. That's a hit. He does not have claws.
Oh.
He has hands now.
You said I can punch though, right?
You can punch. Does he have improved unarmed strike?
No.
Alright. He can still wear the armor that he's got though, because he has arm proficiency. If this was a permanent thing, you could give him weapon proficiency.
No.
Uh,
I don't think about it.
That's fair. Don't blame you. Alright. This Dracon falls. And ahead, you see darkness. Below is some kind of basement. And Suresh said there was some kind of hidden workshop within. You don't know what awaits you down there. So, what shall you do?
The weird tiger man in first.
That makes sense. Alrighty.
Did you change the music or did it die?
I changed the music.
Take it back. What are you doing?
Putting you on the new map.
It's pitch black in here?
Yep.
That's rude.
There is no light down here. Though you think you see something flickering over in the distance, just off to your left. The distant flame from a lantern beneath a door.
There we go.
Alright, let me give you night vision.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that seems to have stuck you in there. That's strange. Oh, that's why. There you go.
Where was the light coming from?
Just here.
Alright, big man. Kick it down.
Big
I would
man.
never call Balder big man.
Would you rather you said Tiger Daddy?
No.
Alright, Balder kicks down the door, and with ease it gets knocked aside. Inside, it's just a simple, plain room, the stone floor in here, cold to the touch. That lantern seems lit, unlike the one in the main hall. All is quiet for the time being.
Balder intelligent enough at this point for... Well, do I have any way of lighting the other lantern using this one? Can I take it down?
You could.
Okay. Take it down. I'll hand it to Balder.
Alright. As
Balder's
Balder
not
takes a
gonna
step
try,
there, his foot seems to sink into the floor very briefly. And you hear the sound of clicking. Can you give me a reflex save?
For Balder?
For everyone in this room. Alrighty. Balder fails, but you do pass. Dropping from the ceiling are small containers of some variety. There's a fuse lit on each of them, and in a moment's notice they begin to detonate, shrapnel flying everywhere, and flames scorching your skin. You take so Balder, who failed this save, takes 22 points of damage. 7 of it is fire. You take half of both, so you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of fire.
Ouch.
And Rushan still has evasion. The explosion goes off and halts you temporarily, and you hear the sound of scrambling. Some movement going on. What do you do?
Give Balder some heals.
Alrighty.
Give Balder some more heals. Nice.
Some good heals, though.
And give myself a couple heals.
Alright.
And then push forward.
You spend time recovering, but while you do so, you hear the sound of shifting stone. And then silence. Alright, so would you like to open the door in front of you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, Balder kicks in the door, and inside you can see potions bubbling, herbs strewn about, but no one in here. There's a bit of wine off over on the table just in the corner, but no one's in here. Not anymore.
Is this a journal or something?
It looks to be, yes.
I'm gonna pocket it.
Alright, you put it in your tiger pockets.
Exactly. And then I want to look around and see if I can see, like, any switches or anything that might be a hidden entrance or anything like that that might indicate where the person who was in this room before went off to.
Alrighty.
Oh, I don't want to. Oh my goodness gracious! I got all my good rolls out of the way on that fucking test roll. Sean, how's your perception?
Would you like Lushan to roll that perception?
Well, if she wants to look around too, see where this guy went.
Yeah. She begins to sniff the air. The smell of chemicals is overwhelming here, but no, I can say there's something else. Can your tiger track by chance?
Yes, he can.
See what he can smell. It's a sort of greasy kind of smell. Foul in its own way.
Octarine?
I have no clue.
That was a color to hypocrite statement, not a...
Oh, okay. Look, man, hard to tell. Sorry, if he wants to try and track survival. Alrighty. Boulder begins to sniff around. Even in this more humanoid shape, his nose seems as sharp as ever. And he looks over at this dead plant. Just starts kind of nudging it aside. And as he does so, a wall begins to shift. A small passageway opens just here.
Well, look at Wuxian.
Well done. Be prepared. Don't know what awaits us.
Baldwin will go in first then.
She nods.
I can't see through it.
That's fine. That is actually just darkness. So we will go ahead. And we will do this. You
Like,
move.
Is that where I'm supposed to be going?
Yes. You go. Should be able to go down from there. Unless it's being. Yeah, it's good.
I
Alright.
can't see my token anymore when I do that.
Bop.
There we go. Okay, thank you.
Alright. You walk into the room, and Wuxian follows shortly behind. So, we finally meet.
Quick question. Is there light in here?
There is, in fact.
I'm gonna switch back.
Alright.
So I can, talk.
Understandable. Hey man, just to give yourself a dragon head. It works. Of course. You pursue me here. You plan to bring ruin to this place like you did to all the others before. No. You will have brought this place to ruin. Your life will be ruined by what happens here, but not because of me, because of your own inadequacy. You should accept that fate. I will let you live. I have no qualms about it. But if you come quietly, this will be far easier. You could be exiled rather than beaten half to death and then exiled. Ha! I have no doubt you'll do something foul to me. All those people, surely one of them would have been able to survive out in the wilderness, No, I don't think I'll be going quite so easily. Instead, how about you have a taste of some of my works, I've been trying to breathe new life into this land. Let's see how one of the creatures most appreciative of it feels about that. And he pulls a lever on this pillar back here, and suddenly the iron door in front of him begins to raise. You hear a deep, guttural clicking sound as something begins to make its way out. And before you, you see something disgusting. This horse-sized bug of a creature with mandibles clicking and acid spewing from its mouth. If you'd like, you can give me a knowledge nature check.
While they are talking, am I able to cast some spells?
You can try. Do they have verbal components?
I was thinking bark skin.
Check if it has a verbal component.
I don't know. And of course, I didn't put it in the description. Good job, me. Bark skin. Yes, it does.
Alright, well, you can do that as your pre-combat action, but that'll be your only one you'll be able to do.
Okay. Does bolt strength have though?
Most of them do.
Yeah. Yep, it does. Okay.
Alright. So, knowledge nature. You have no idea what the fuck this is.
I never do with my knowledges.
That's fine. I left the name in there anyway. Also, the music died again. Oh, wait, no. It is there.
No, it's quiet.
Yeah, it just went real quiet. But you know, we don't care about that. This is combat, which means we need combat music.
Actually, I lied. I want to do bolt strength instead of bark skin.
Okay. I love how it just constantly breaks for no reason. Such a reliable bot. Alrighty. This thing gets that.
I want to run to the bathroom before we start this.
That's all good. I forgot how powerful the mayor was. Wow. You actually rolled well. Alrighty. You live? Cool. So, somehow the mayor goes first. Would you like to know something funny?
What?
The mayor is actually a higher level than you.
Than me?
Than you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Don't get too excited. But anyway, he does pull out something strange from his back pocket. A present for you, courtesy of Helveski. And he pulls out a jar crackling with lightning that bounces around. He throws it directly at you. Ooh, does a 19 hit your touch AC? Alrighty. Oof. Good thing you went for the heals. That is electricity damage. And can Boulder give me a reflex save? Alright, Boulder passes.
Boulder.
He takes 1 point of electricity damage. he saved to dodge 2 of it. Alrighty. This thing moves forward and attempts to bite at Boulder. Its mandibles continue to drip acid as it lunges at him. Alrighty. Does a 19 hit Boulder?
No, it does not.
Alrighty. It is your turn, Lynn. You're between boxes and the kind of horse-sized bug creature threatening to eat your pet.
I'm going to do a 5-foot right there. And try not to die. Yeah, I'm just gonna heal. Little bit for me.
Alrighty.
Boulder is less appreciative of this person, and he is going to do his bite because he's still in the weird form, so he can't claw.
Alrighty, that is a hit.
Thank God.
And it does that much. Cool.
You can actually see its health bar because it's in the darkness.
Oh,
so
yes. There you go.
frightening. It's still in darkness. Let me.
That's
there we
fine. Took a quick little peeksies. Alrighty. Wuxian goes ahead and casts away with the illusion upon her, appearing as she has before you. She points at the gun. Its hide is tough, but I should be able to penetrate it. I'll deal with the mare. She walks forward, drawing out her rapier, and stares him down. She takes a step in and stabs at him. And hits, because she didn't roll on that one. It actually isn't actually that terrible, but you know. Alrighty, it's the mayor's turn, once more. And he goes ahead, takes a step back, and pulls out a feather, and casts it forward at Wuxian. And it just kind of falls to the ground, before extending and elongating, turning into a whip that swings itself about. It strikes at Wuxian. Alrighty, and we get a hit. No. Alright, it tried. Alright, the end kick. We'll go ahead and attempt to bite Boulder once more. You know, I hate to ask, but does a 25 hit?
No.
I know.
No, it does not.
I know. It can't hit Boulder unless it's a nat 20.
Excellent.
His bonus is exactly +7. It looks very frustrated by the tin armor shielding the tiger from its bites. Then it's your turn.
The Wuxian told me to shoot it with the gun.
Yes.
I don't have the gun on my sheet, so what?
Make a range attack roll
You don't know why, but you are proficient with this weapon. Alright.
No, I am not.
The gun jams. How did you misfire on the first attack roll?
Because I don't like guns. I do not believe that guns belong in fantasy. So you making me use a gun is just,
It just proves
everything
it.
I believe in.
Exactly. That you channeled that in that one.
Yeah, like, I don't like gunslingers. They just are not a thing for me.
Oh, that's entirely fair. The gun doesn't do shit. It's just like, you do the thing you did earlier, but just doesn't do anything.
Look at the gun and look over at Wuxian like, what the fuck, bro? I wouldn't actually do that.
Would you like to throw the gun at it instead?
No. I don't want anybody else getting the gun. So, I'll just move back here, I guess. So it's difficult for this thing to attack me.
Alrighty.
Because I'm assuming it would have a hard time around the pillar, right?
Oh, you have cover against it right now. That's why I wasn't able to AFO you if you moved in away and took a ranged attack. Anyway, it's Boulder's turn.
Boulder! Go chomp.
Chomp. Chomp the
Good
bug.
chomp.
It's a good chomp. Got some good damage.
Spicy chomp. May I see teleport, please?
Oh yeah, you could have moved there if you really wanted to.
No, I'm just trying to get the light so I can see its health bar.
Oh,
I
okay.
need you to move it down.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just leave it up there for the time being, you know?
Okay. Move suspense over here. Like, dying somewhere.
Alright, Wuxian steps up, ignoring the phantasmal whip striking at her, and continues to assault the mare. She lands jab after thrust, after slash against the mare, striking through the armor that is hidden behind his thick robes. The mare looks on in a panic, and not knowing exactly what to do, he goes ahead and grabs something from his pocket. He lights a fuse and then rolls it towards Wuxian.
Takes a step back.
And you see another explosion, much like the one from before, going off. Shrapnel detonating out and fire singeing the fur of Wuxian. Alrighty. Did you see Wuxian's health bar move?
My goodness. He was walking in front of my monitor at the time because of course he was.
Yeah, that makes
Of course
sense.
he was.
Alright, the ant cake. Still struggles to bite you, so instead it's going to go for Boulder. Does a 21 hit him?
No.
Alright, he remains frustrated. You can see it rearing its mouth open and shut, like it's about to do something disgusting. But it's your turn now.
Am I able to refire the gun or is it still fucked?
It is a advanced firearm, so you can fire it. Alright, that is a hit.
How much damage do I do?
1d6. That is it. Oh, good hit though. For reference, the reason she gave this... Oh, sorry, it's 1d8. But, you know, we'll take the 6 if you want. My bad.
Kate, could you stop?
No.
typing for me? And my hand on my keyboard, and he was trying to reach it.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'll take the 6.
Yeah, it's all good.
I know what happened last time. I had a good roll. And ended up with like 1 HP.
Good times. Well, it's Boulder's turn now.
Oh, I do want to move back too.
Oh, okay.
But then Boulder will jump once more. Oh.
Oof. That's not a good chompy chomp.
No, it's not. I got a stinky breath. He doesn't want to bite it.
A stinky breath. It's coming out and it doesn't look like it's anywhere near good.
Well, it'll be his turn.
Alrighty. It is Wuxian's turn.
Also, I kind of hate that you're trolling me by making it so I can't see their health bars.
Who knows how this battle could be playing out? Oh, sorry. The thing gets its turn. It attacks with that. This random ass whip. Oh, it actually gets a hit. And, yep, it does that. Cool. Ooh. God, I forgot how stupid these things were. Does that. Does not beat her CMD. The whip coils around Wuxian, strangling the life out of her, but is unable to maintain its hold. And then she stabs the mare, because that's what she's been doing. Oh, ignore that. The mare is bloodied, bleeding all over, and barely standing. But he continues to pull things out of his pockets, throwing whatever he can at Wuxian. Alright, he has that. Cool. Yeah. Hey, would you like to do me a favor and roll a d20? Alrighty. He pulls out a potion and downs it, and all of a sudden, he vanishes from sight.
Oh, that little cock fucker.
Then, the ant cake goes ahead. Its chittering intensifies, and it opens its mouth wide and unleashes a torrent of acid at Boulder. Can he give me a reflex save? Thank you. Glad you're ahead of the curve.
Actually, knew it was coming that time.
Oof.
Yikes, that's a
That's-
lot of force.
That's a good roll,
That's
jeez.
almost max damage, my god.
Yeah, that's got what? Average of 15 damage? that was... Oh! He passed, by the way, so he only takes half, so he takes 11. Alrighty. The acid bursts forth from this creature, but its mandibles seem to no longer be clacking around, coating the stuff everywhere. It is your turn.
You're a little bitch.
At the ant cake?
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
that is a
shot.
hit.
After all of this.
Ooh, good roll. The ant cake, with that final strike, goes down. its shell pierced by the bullet. Alrighty. Then it is Balder's turn. What shall he do?
Balder is going to sniff around and see if he can locate the mayor.
Alright, the mayor is within 15 feet of Balder, so he knows his position.
Is he right here still?
Yep.
Well,
It is a move action to determine that, though.
oh, okay.
So he can smell it, and then he can use a stand action to move over to him.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Alrighty. It's Rushan's turn. She steps forward and thrusts out her rapier. Can you roll me a D percentile? Above 50 is good. Congratulations, she hits him. With a wide arc, she reaches out with her rapier and collides with the mayor, blood splattering to the floor. And you hear the sound of a body thump against the ground. And with that, no more movement occurs. It sounds as if the battle is won. The whip nearby falls limp after what has occurred. Its master perishing, it seemingly no longer active. And as the battle comes to an end, Rushan looks about in a small bit of a panic.
Oh, shit. We need to find him. I can't treat wounds while he's invisible.
Balder, can you smell exactly where his body is?
Balder points out that exactly where it is, yeah. But he can't really identify individual spots. You had a healing wand, right?
Yeah, would that work?
Yes, just reach out and touch that spot somewhere. That should save him. Alright, and that is enough to prevent him from bleeding out.
I'm also going to heal myself real quick. I'll calculate how many charges I actually have left eventually.
Yeah, please do, because it's no longer 43.
But it's still over like 20, so we're fine.
Oh yeah, you've still got excess, definitely. It's just make sure you count it down.
Balder, what are you at? You're at 31. I'll give you 1.
Alrighty. In a matter of minutes, the mayor's invisibility wears off. A small pool of blood beneath him. But you can see that he's breathing. He is alive. Bushan looks a bit relieved at that. Well, there it is. Thank you for what you've done today, Lynn. I do not know if I could have succeeded
Without you. You have done the city a great service.
Thank you.
Now,
I hope you don't mind, but I will need to use the mayor's leverage to get past his guards.
What do you mean?
Well, I will threaten his life, but not take it.
Okay.
That way we can simply move on out of here without any more battle.
Okay, that works for me.
Good. Very well. Let's move on then. Lushan picks up the body of the mayor and kindly requests a bit of assistance from Balder.
Balder will happily assist.
Yeah. The mayor is not a thin man.
Balder is a strong boy.
Yes. Balder is strong. Wuxian, not as strong. But she's got that dex, you know? Alrighty. And indeed, as you exit, there are men that try and halt you. And we'll just go narrative from this point, really. But Wuxian, with a bit of rope and skill, ties him up and keeps a blade at the ready, threatening his very life. She parades him through the streets. A humiliating ordeal for the mayor, who is barely conscious at this point. You can see the people around him jeering. Others looking on in horror and shock at what's being done. Wuxian strips him of his belongings. Nothing more than the clothes on his back and a small dagger in his pocket. She walks him through the main streets, out into the city plaza, pushes him down as she takes her position upon the small raised platform in the middle of the city, right where you saw her for the first time. People.
I'm standing by her side, yeah?
Oh yes, you can stand right next to her. Not a problem. You also have this buff tiger man just kind of chilling out. People of Anapharius.
Today, the Heliolaw province is no more. On this day, you'll be free of this despot's plans. You won't have to worry about poisoned waterways or bandit
Collusion anymore. You will be free to live your own lives and govern yourselves, as was always intended. This city deserves better than what you have received. The mayor will be exiled from the town. He will be sent into the wilderness to be taken care of by himself and himself alone. I do not anticipate he will last long, like the others I have singled out before. But this is not a day to grieve for him. This is a day to celebrate for yourselves, for your liberation. I wish you the best of luck in what is to come. But for now, say your farewells to this pathetic mayor. She picks him up, pushes him away, and leads him out the gates. The Dracons and others stand aside as you all move through. You can see Pian and the others waiting around outside. It doesn't seem like there's been any significant damage to the city thus far, but as you exit, you hear cheering for all that you've done, for saving the city from the mayor's plans, whatever they may have been. And Wuxian undoes the mayor's bindings, pushes him to the ground, and demands that he leave forever. The mayor scrambles to his feet, turns around, scoffs. This city needed me. You'll all see that in time. They'll fall back into their infighting, their stupid, ritualistic practices that bring nothing but paranoia and harm. This city will suffer without me, and you'll all learn that soon enough. And when you come begging for my help, you won't find it anymore. May this ungrateful lot burn in hell. And then he begins to walk away. A few civilians
Start walking towards him, looking to take out anger.
at his speech upon him, but Wuxian stops them, and so do the rest of her allies. Instead, they hold them back, prevent them from advancing any further forward, and let the mayor walk away from the city, with none to follow him. Pian, how did the events go elsewhere? Effectively, to say the least. There is few guards within the city. It would seem a large portion of the militia has headed south, along with Payak himself, as was said by that scout. We got lucky here because of that. And in the end, little damage needed to be done in order to rouse the people to action. There will need to be some meetings done for community leaders to guide them. Of course, I've already sent Ro to take care of gathering up the important members of town, getting them to assist in any way necessary. I'm sure there'll be struggles, but the town will be fine. Good. Well, I'm going to return to the mayor's house for the time being. It has been a long and stressful day. And if there's one thing about leaders, they do tend to keep good wine to themselves. You're welcome to join me if you would like, Lynn, but I understand if you have other commitments that you must tend to.
As much as I would love to rush back, I think that it would be best if I was healed and well rested before I left. So
Indeed.
I would enjoy your company.
Then tonight, you and everyone else here, she turns to the rest of her men, we shall celebrate the liberation of Enopharius with a jubilant cheer. Some of the people follow behind. Others stay with the townsfolk, halting any action taken upon the mayor as he walks into the distance. And others preventing any unrest from occurring. That night is a joyous one. Wuxian takes some of the various supplies from the mayor's residence and hands them out within the central plaza. Some long-aged wine, some barrels of salt kept down below, and whatever else that she can find that the people deserve more than the foolish mayor. At the end of the evening, most are a little bit drunk, and plenty of arguments broke out over what had occurred and what was to come. But still, the sense of strange revelry overcomes most, and many
enjoy at least a bit of hedonism for the evening. How heavily is Lynn going to be drinking is my question.
He does not drink.
Alrighty, cool. You die of dehydration. Ibalda, throughout the evening, keeps, clapping his hands, but just with one hand at itself each time, just, consistently grabbing his own hands. He still doesn't really seem to know what's going on. But he does like to...
Second tiger form.
Yeah. Eventually he turns back and just kind of, jumps up and down on the ground, rolls around and just, and seems content with his lot in life.
He gets a big steak.
He eats a very big and tasty steak. And he is greatly appreciative of it. I mean, it's mutton, but you know.
Yeah, whatever, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. There was some nice dried bits of meat in the mayor's basement. Alrighty.
At some point, Lynn would probably ask Ro if she can help recharge her wand.
Yes, of course. It will take a bit of magical reagents, but I'm sure the mayor can foot that bill. You can have your wand back up to full charge.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Guess I didn't need to recount it anyway.
Yeah, you didn't. But
I did.
You did, but
I
you
started
didn't.
at 32, but you know.
Oh, okay. That's all good. Yes, no. There is no issue there. And over the course of the evening, something you did seem to notice was that some of the mayor's coffers had been brought out. They were given to some of the influential members of town. Notably, people like the elder from the church, one of the Drakons you met earlier on, Tatgef. A Drakon? Sorry.
I remember him. He was at the Lush Spectator.
Yeah, he is one of the big business owners of town. There is a very buff-fielded man that looks to be covered in soot. He and another Drakon with blue-green scales all receive a good deal of coin. You don't know exactly what it's for, but you can assume it's some kind of funds to assist the people in town. Taken from whatever the mayor had been keeping to pay you lot. And in the evening, Hushan steals away in the mayor's manor. And for the evening, you have many options for where you could go and rest.
I am going to follow Wushan. She said I could go with her, so I'm going to go with her. And she is big and strong. She can keep me safe.
Alrighty. Yes, she returns to the mayor's house, though she does not go into his bedroom. Instead, she seems to take one of the guest bedrooms, which you guys were able to find out the rest of the manor. And we'll just toss you over to said map, just so you can have a look-see.
I'm assuming it's these rooms.
Yes.
That one's the mayor's bedroom because it's the fanciest.
So fancy.
So yes, she goes ahead and simply takes the bedroom in the back over there. She welcomes
Which
you to
one?
sleep. The one in the back, just that right-hand corner. No, bottom right.
Oh. You said the back, so my mind went to the top for some reason.
Oh, okay. It's all good. But yes, she welcomes you to stay in the other bedroom right nearby. Several of the rest of her allies come by and stay in the same manner. But that is how the evening resolves. Where would you like to be sleeping?
Probably.
Alrighty. Throughout the night, there are protests going on in the streets. People clamoring, fighting on both sides. Nothing too violent from what you can hear, but you trust that everything will be resolved peacefully in time. There is still a divide in town of those who desired the mayor to stay and those who wished his departure. But the resounding feeling that you come across is that what has been done is done. The mayor has cast aside the city, and even those who feel grateful for him should do the same. When the next day rolls round, Wuxian is not in her bedroom. She does not emerge from there at any point in time that you can hear or see.
Knowing what I know of her, I'm just going to assume that she's gone, because she doesn't really like to stay in the city after she overtakes it, so...
Well,
Just
the rest of her men are
small-
still here.
Oh, well... But I guess I can ask them where she went.
Everyone seems to shrug and just says they don't really know. I mean, most of them were drunk last night, but...
Alright, well... Where's Ro?
Oh.
I found Ushan.
No, denied. Ro is outside with another man. They are carrying some of the bodies over towards a cemetery.
Ro, I just wanted to thank you and Bjorn and Wuxian and everybody for everything that you've done. I wish that I could stay and kind of help clean things up, but I really need to get back to them. I need to go to our meeting spot and make sure that they made it out okay, and I hope you understand. But please thank Wuxian for me.
Of course.
Gods, I hate to ask this, but I know that they're going to ask me when I see them again. Especially Athos, because he likes coin a bit too much, but was there anything that I could take back to them? Their efforts? I know, I don't want it, but they would, and I gotta make them like me somehow, you know?
No, I understand. We gave a great deal out to the various influential members of the town in order to keep them calm and assist them. But Wuxian did leave this behind for you, and she said it would be worth something significant. And she hands over the revolver once more.
Thank you.
And beyond that, things in the city went well, and as such I did not need this. I hope that you will not need to make use of it. But if you do, then it will be certainly worth it. She hands you over a glittering white gem. It is a diamond.
Oh, I know what that's for. That's for helping people. That was for me in case I
You do not know how much this diamond is worth unless you pass an appraise check.
I don't really care right now. I'll appraise it later. I'll do the roll now, but
Okay.
how much is a revolver worth? I don't know.
You have no idea. Man, you hate guns. You don't know what this fucking thing's worth. Guns are icky.
They really are. They're so loud and gross. And those are much nicer.
Those are much nicer. I will tell you something funny though.
What?
The revolver is worth more than the diamond.
Okay, what did Wuxian want me to do with it? Like, I know that I fucked that up, but I don't know why, but I didn't realize that firing it would kill my invisibility. I thought that it would be a good distraction. Like, I'd fire it in the corner, they'd hear the noise, they'll look over there, investigate over there, and then we could go. I didn't realize it would break my invisibility. So that
Well,
was
I want to also point out a quick flaw in your plan. So if you shoot a gun and it fires a bullet, people aren't going to look at the point where the bullet went for the noise. They're going to look at where the gun exploded.
Well, I mean, in that small of a space, I don't think they'd really be able to tell, but they would probably see, like, the splinters of wood that the bullet hit.
Entirely
that was my
possible.
logic.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's
what did
fair.
she want me to do with it?
She told you in advance that there was likely to be bloodshed.
So she wanted me to shoot somebody with it.
She did.
Okay. And I was over there trying to be, gentle, like she wanted to be, and okay. Well,
I mean,
I fucked that up, but it worked out.
it did work out. In the end.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. That
Should I
would
just
be
get
it.
out of here?
If you would like to, you can leave.
Okay, Lynn, after thanking Ro profusely and asking her to pass those thanks along to pretty much everybody involved, she and the tiger Balder are going to make their way back. They're going to take the long way down. So where is my thing? Is this the thing? Yeah. How do I do the thing? How do I, like, make it keep going?
Oh. You drag
There
and
we
you
go.
right click.
Okay. So she'll pretty much, like, take that path down to Jekko.
Alrighty.
As, quickly but stealthily as she can, because she really doesn't want to get caught by all the guards there. And so I imagine that by the time that she gets to Wuxian's fort, they'll be gone, but she wants to go by there just to make sure, so that she can also loot Invidia's body if Invidia is dead, but then otherwise just make her way to Jekko and maybe encounter them there as well.
Fair enough.
But we'll find that out next session.
Next time.
And should I assume that she makes these travels safely, or do you want me to roll, or...
You guys have dealt with all the major threats of the land. There may be something that occurs at the fort, but we don't know how that's going to be.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to assume that over time she heals up all the way.
Yes.
I'll fix that. And then... Should I wait? Because I know that you said that at the end of the campaign we hit level
7, and I want to make sure that I add the things onto my sheet that we discussed and don't forget about it, because I know that I will. So should I do that now, or should I wait?
That is up to you.
So it's okay to do it now? Is what
If
you're
you'd
saying?
like to, yeah, we can do
Okay.
a level up now.
Is there anything else? Is that it? Are we done?
That's it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Look, man. Who knows how that really went? Only you.
So far. And then do they know that I'm doing mine separately?
No, they do not.
Oh, fun. I'm excited to see how theirs goes, and I don't want them to know. I think it's kind of fun.
Exactly, it's great.
Because they'll be sitting there waiting to see, like, okay, now we're going to watch Color do all of her stuff. And they're just like, oh no, that happened.
That's already done. It's already
Like,
resolved.
I'm just sitting here and lurking.
You just need to remove the Lin from your title from now on. In your Discord, you just need to remove Lin in brackets. Just to fuck with them.
I'll do it after their campaign.
Yeah.
Because they
okay.
probably won't know, because I don't imagine that they'll be done. I mean, that might take 2 sessions for them to do all of
Maybe,
their stuff. I don't
yeah.
know.
We'll see.
So I'll maybe do it like in between or something. Just fuck with them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because
Are you still recording?
currently I can stop.
Okay. So now they know what our plans do, but they won't actually see this.
I don't need to
Okay,
upload it.
they'll
This
watch
is recorded, not streamed. So,
I know, but
but now we can laugh about it.
I feel like that could have gone better, but it could have gone a lot worse.
It could have gone a lot worse.
And I hope that the party doesn't mind me giving Saoirse all that credit, but it was the safest option, I think. Yeah.
I mean, he could have just fought her. That would have been fine, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I always kind of liked her. So
Nvidia
Okay,
wants
so
to
no-
murder her.
I know, and I'm just kind of like, but she actually seems like she could be okay. Like, she's standing there smirking at us, and I get the feeling it's a smirk because she knows something we don't know, but it's not a bad smirk. Like, it's like, I know you're working with Wuxian. I got your back kind of smirk. Like, that was the impression I got.
She knows things, but she's a bitch.
Yeah. So, now that we're on the other side of it, was Wuxian supposed to be the good guy when you were making this campaign? I asked you that a few months ago and then told you not to answer me until we finished, but now, I mean, we've made our decision. We're basically done.
We are basically done. Would you like me to tell you?
Yes.
Well, the answer is